Trading is probably one of the best things that I've ever done in my life, and I have done a lot of things. I've learned how to flip. I can do backflips. I've been both book smart. I've been both dumb. I've played all the sports that you could probably think of, apart from maybe like some US sports. But I've played hockey. I've played rugby. I've played soccer, and with trading, it's just something quite new to me, and it's kind of something that really stuck with me because I'm a person who kind of never really stuck with a lot of things. I would play a sport, get bored of it, and then just move on to the next. But with trading, I really learned that it exposed me for who I am. Really, like, I'm inconsistent, and that's one thing that still kind of keeps me a bit unprofitable today. And today, I just kind of want to talk about my trading story because trading is not really about like what I thought it was. It's not even about the money. It's not about the charting. It's just a you versus you game. If you're new here, my name is Nakana, and please do make sure to subscribe or like at least. You can leave comments if you have questions or anything. But basically, I started trading when I was like back in high school in grade 10. In high school, I kind of did a lot of entrepreneurial stuff. Like, I used to sell sweets, I used to sell perfumes, and I was low-key making a lot of bands. Like, I used to make on average around about 100 to 150 USD every out weekend. And from where I am from, that's a lot. With especially like the little amount of input in a hostel. Hostel is like another term for boarding school. So I really came from far. And like in high school is when I really started liking business. My childhood was just like playing sports and stuff. I didn't really do anything else but play sports and just hang out with my friends. I don't quite exactly remember how I discovered trading. I'm not sure if it was a friend, but in my country, it's kind of something popular. And back then, the coolest people were the forex traders because they had the Gulf 7.5s and they were making money. And you see, it kind of showed you what else is possible because I never really had any dreams of becoming of like any profession. I never thought I was gonna be a doctor. I didn't know I was gonna be an engineer or anything. I kind of did engineering for like a year and it didn't stick with me. But trading has been one of the things that really stuck. And I kind of started in a really bad place with trading because when I started trading, I only had a phone. I barely had internet connection. I barely had any money to fund my accounts. But one thing that I did, I had access to a Telegram group that had a bunch of trading courses, and I started learning the Falcon strategy. Till this day, I still know the Falcon mechanics. They taught me risk management, the psychology. I even have papers somewhere there with it. Let me just actually show you my journal. That's kind of my journal with all the things that I learned from the Falcon, to the mechanics, to the psychological part, to the dream building. I've kind of done it all. Now I don't really trade the Falcon mechanics anymore, but they taught me what I know today. And this is like the best, these were the best years of my trading journey because this time I was in grade 10. I was in like a village, my home village, barely had internet access. My phone was full, and I just had my phone, this journal, and like a dream, bro. Like I was just trading, and I was losing a lot of money. Money that I didn't have, money that I couldn't afford. I remember my first account I funded about like $15, and then I blew that like within 3 hours. Like it didn't even have time to grow. I I sent the money to my cousin. It was such a hard thing to like get my money into the thing just for me to lose it in hours. And that's when I was like, whoa, whoa, like do I really want to do this? And I kind of just people around me started making money. Then I was like, okay, if it's possible with them, it's possible with me. And I kind of didn't do a lot of other business models. I had a physical business when I was in high school, and back then also like I couldn't really do like the SMMA things. And because remember, I barely had credit, I barely had an internet connection. I couldn't call businesses. There were no local businesses. My local, like the next house was like 5 kilometers away or 2 kilometers away. Let me not stretch. Africa is not that bad. That's the whole reason I kind of chose trading, was because there wasn't these things of like I had to get employees. I didn't have to do a lot of work. I didn't need a computer. I was just trading from my phone. Like literally where I am now, like I'm so blessed actually. Like I've come far. Like not just I've grown as a person, and I kind of have to give some credit to trading because it really pushed me to like see what I'm capable of. And this to be kind of long because I really have a bunch of work to do, but that's like a bit of background. Like right now, I'm like at the point on my trading where I'm like trying to get funded. I've passed a couple of accounts. I'm just trying to get funded, get a payout, and then like build personal capital. Like when I get payouts, I'm gonna be building my personal account. I even blew my personal account today actually trading BTC. It's been a crazy week with all the war stuff. I haven't really been active on IG, but I've been more active on my Instagram. So if you would like to check, I'm gonna like pin the comment. I'm gonna pin my handle there. You can catch me on IG. Probably like that's where I'm more active now, but I have to come back to IG because this is where it all YouTube because this is where it all started. I wanna tell like other traders, if you're a trader out there, you're probably not profitable. You're doubting whether it will work or not. I'm low-key in the same place because like I kind of walked away from a very stable six-figure career. I was kind of labeled as a smart person, and everybody was like, no, how could you do that? Why would you leave that to go do all these things? But I'm betting on myself, and like that's all I can advise you to. Like me choosing trading is me betting on myself, and I encourage you to bet on yourself too, because like a couple of these things won't even be here in the next year. It'll probably be AI, or it don't matter. You might end up doing something that you don't like. I'm gonna end the video here, but like personally, I wanna talk to future me now. I think like I have to get consistent. You know, you have to build your consistency, and like in the next 12 months, what we're gonna be. We're gonna be somewhere else. We're gonna be maybe in Cyprus, maybe Dubai. We're gonna be hitting more than over 5K a month consistently. We're gonna be living our best life. 1 year from now, we're gonna be millionaires.